Darren Sproles, this really surprised me, but if you go by snap rate, like the percentage of snaps that these running backs have played, he has the top four games in this backfield. They came in weeks 1, 2, 5, and 8. He's got the only three games with at least 50% of the snaps played among Philadelphia running backs. He was, like you said, 80% last week. Head coach Doug Peterson said that they will explore replacing Ryan Matthews with Darren Sproles as the starter, but I think it's possible that might have already happened. He's 4,800 on FanDuel. The big issue for me is that the Eagles and Giants have a 43-point over-under. That's the second lowest on this 11-game main slate. Philly's implied team total of just 20 points is the fourth lowest. The Giants are pretty good against running backs. They're 12th, according to our DFS tools, in FanDuel points allowed. They're top 12 as a rush defense, according to our metrics. But if Sproles is getting 50 or 60% of the snaps with his receiving ability as 3-point underdogs, I mean, he got 7 targets and 15 rushes last week. How much interest do you have? Is he going to be too highly owned? Is the matchup too bad?
No, I have no concerns about the matchup, really. I think the matchup isn't great, like you said, and those are definitely concerns. But I think that when the volume and price are so disproportionate as they are with Darren Sproles, I'm okay to use a guy in a bad matchup just because his floor is so high. So that's kind of the reason I'd prefer Sproles in cash as opposed to a GPP. Not only, like you mentioned, the ownership will be high, but also I'm not sure his ceiling is that high. He can bust off, a big catch that goes, 80 yards or whatever. So he does have a ceiling, but I think if we're talking like his 85th percentile of potential outcomes, it's not quite as high as, a guy like if I were to pay out for Charkandrick West instead.